Hello and welcome to Tam Axlia versus the Coldwood. Take two. Because I already came here. And I went to the Wizard's Circle. But I imagine there's more to do. There were warring orc factions or something, I think. Oh, I lost Tommy. He's failing to keep up. Help, help, I see a nasty intruder. Okay, that didn't work out well for him. Oh, it's natural camp. I'm just annihilating a peaceful village, well, peaceful village, a village of orcs. This may be considered genocide in some circles. Questionable morality aside in D&D. Sentient beings that are inherently evil. We also call it the orcish question. Well, did I just incentivate that Jews are like orcs? I didn't mean to do that. I meant that there's it's like weird racism. Like thinking that a certain people are fundamentally evil is a bit morally questionable when they have the ability to make choices. But I suppose it comes down from Tolkien. The great father of all fantasy. Oh no, wait, that was... Oh! You're not too bright for someone stumbling in the camp of the great Voth. Oh yeah, I need to get his head for someone. I like an orc that gives good head. Oh, my mother didn't hear that. Me surrender, me surrender. This is the second orc boss that's surrendered instead of fighting on to the end. I've got no respect for them, and they're surrendering. I'll loot their stuff. Ooh, magnified armor.
I can't bear this much weight and keep up.
Wait, am I not buffed? No, I'm not buffed. Ooh. Slacker. Learn to buff, Max. I mean Tam Axlia. That's my real name. Honest. I'm gonna rest again in a second anyway. You not kill Voth. You let Voth live. Who are you? Why did you attack me? You not know Voth the Mighty? Me am great bandit who rob from the rich and give to me. This be the camp of Voth. Me attack cause you come into camp, but you strong, too strong for Voth. Maybe you let Voth live. Well, we're talking about the inherently evil racism, but I'm a paladin of good, and he is inherently evil, so I kind of have to be racist and kill him. Give me one good reason I should let you live. Me give you gold if you not kill Voth. 500 gold for let Voth live. I think I'll just kill you and take your stuff anyway. I need something else as well. Your head. Let's go with that. What? Voth not give him you him a head? Voth need head for live. I need it to collect a bounty. Wait, me got an idea. If you give the head of another orc already dead, all orc head look alike. No one know. Wow, is this like an ongoing bounty thing? Like, and also, all orc head look alike is he's got some internalized racism going on if he thinks all orcs look alike. That's just there's some seriously questionable racism in this game. And I mean D&D, not BioWare's wonderful Neverwinter Nights, or Beamdog's wonderful Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. Please sponsor me. No, I'll just take the head off your shoulders instead. Then we gonna die fighting. Yeah, but you're already dead. Oh, I leveled up. Of course I leveled up. I killed a dragon. We'll be able to get more of Tommy's story. Well, we'll do the stories in the next video. We'll do a whole round of stories. For now, I'm going to continue this wood, but I'm going to level up first. We will be a paladin again, and we will be discipline and persuade. Please don't copy anything you see in this video. I am incompetent at this game, and I don't know what I'm doing. You have been warned. Don't have qualifications to give Neverwinter Nights advice. Sorry, it's a terrible joke. It's like, yeah, doesn't matter. Like I'm a financial advisor. Or like a nutritionist or something. Or was it no, nutritionists are the ones that are bullshitters. Dietitian. No, but it would be like I was a nutritionist. Because nutritionists have to say, well, I don't think they do, but they should have to say, I actually have no formal qualifications in, I have no recognized qualifications in the science of what you should eat. Please don't take my advice seriously. I'm full of shit. Whereas dietitians can go, hey, I've done a degree in this and studied it and know all the research. Depending on what university you went to and what kind of grade you got. It's a funny thing about university, because like 40% is a pass rate at university. So you can, you get like an ordinary degree if you get 40%, in England anyway, England and Wales.
Okay, dokie.
So you can get a degree if you got more wrong in your degree than you got right.
It's done.
It's kind of funny. I'm just going to smash this one.
Now see what a true
Save some
warrior
time.
looks like.
I should have been doing this for a long time.
It's done.
Let's have some more urn broth. Wonderful beverage from the beautiful city of Glasgow. Full of caffeine and chemicals and highly delicious. Please sponsor me. I think that could be a new meme. I need like an emote with like a little money bag sign saying please sponsor me. Or it'll be like, Tam, please sponsor me. Scarab protection +3. I should probably sell stuff. Okay, so that's the orc camp done. And that's the wizard circle. So we'll go to the north and see if there's anything else. And if not, we'll go back for companion stories. Ooh. Oh no, there's more in here. Oh, there's nothing there. Coldwood's really tiny compared to the other two directions. Unless there's like a gateway to an extra section up here. Sorry viewers that just came in, you missed me slaying a dragon earlier. It was pretty manly. I drank a huge number of potions and stood there going, hit, 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 and eventually it died. It worked well. Well, there's a path to another area. What's this area called? It's called Coldwood. I thought that's the area I was in. Oh, zombie warriors. Well, let's use my turn undead ability then. What? How did that not work? I think I have 28 charisma. It definitely should have worked. Oh. I scared all the viewers off by talking to them. Cracking silly jokes. Nice. Although it's weird because there was a guy talking in chat all day yesterday. My view count kept on going up and down to 0, and then he would keep talking in the chat. So he was clearly there the whole time. But yeah, the view count wasn't staying up. Apparently, if you mute a stream, it or tab away from it or things like that, it doesn't count as you viewing it. Well, tabbing away makes sense. But yeah, even if you mute it, let's save. Since there's
Honor and glory.
seems to be legions of the undead here. I thought telling them I just slayed a dragon was quite a fun thing to say. I mean, if I went to a stream and somebody was like, I just slayed a dragon, and it was pretty epic, I'd be like, oh my god, he might slay another dragon.
I love this part!
But he's not going to, he's going to go back to town and read a bunch of stories. In funny voices. But everyone loves the funny voices. I don't know why my turn undead is so weak here. Come on, die. There we go. Get your cleaves on. Oh, one left. Come on. Have I still got locked camera, or have I got an unlocked camera? Oh, that I did have an unlocked camera. I'm gonna leave it like this until what's his name comes back. The dude from yesterday who complained about it. This is a lot easier to control with the camera locked like this. Or at least I find it a lot easier to control. I don't remember hearing about undead being anywhere. They are my favourite then. What does that do? Remove disease. I don't think I've ever had a disease. I had poisons, but not diseases. Oh, I vaguely think that poisons make your health bar go green and diseases make your health bar go brown. Let's save. Ooh, a corpse. Not often you hear that intonation. Ooh, another corpse. Okay, apparently on this stream it is often you hear that intonation. Ooh, vampire warrior. Ah, that's a challenge. Die, fiend of evil! We will crush you with our sword of justice. Smite evil? Oh, he's already pretty much already dead. We're gonna waste up a smite of evil. Smite evil. After the dragon, everything else is pretty blasé. I mean, you can't really top a bit of dragon slaying action, can you? I haven't had a gear upgrade in ages either. I don't think I've had one this act. Maybe I have, I don't know. Oh, I don't think I've been to the shop either. I should go to the shop. Like a little shop. I don't know why I did it. That's the wrong accent for turn undead. Oh, turned one of them. That's cool. He can run away until they kill him. I can't remember which piece of gear I have that gives me immunity. Oh, it's the Red Tiger Amulet. But that's so useful because these spheres last forever. Well, not forever, but a while. Ooh, excuse me. Good stuff though. I can see why a lot of the big streamers are constantly chucking Red Bull as well. It's a lot easier to be entertaining when you're heavily caffeinated. Or it's a lot easier to continue speaking all the time when you're heavily caffeinated anyway. Especially when you haven't had enough sleep. Which from what I understand, very few of them actually get. I was watching the DC podcast yesterday and they were saying that to make it as a streamer you really need to stream for 8 hours a day, which I am not doing. But I'm spending the time when I'm not streaming learning how to improve my stream and how to be more entertaining and things like that. And just the practice of streaming is making me more entertaining as well. More interesting stuff to talk about. But what I wonder is, like, how can you be entertaining in a stream if you're spending like all your life streaming or and you never get to watch other people's streams, because watching other people's streams is a really great way to identify stuff that's good for your stream. And also you never get to go out and live life, because it's the things that you do in between streaming that give you interesting things. I mean, the games are interesting to talk about as well, but I don't know, like sense of humor and like your knowledge of current affairs, so you can make you know, popular memes and stuff like that. Also, watching other people's streams is a thing for popular memes and things like that. But you know, if you're just constantly gaming, people make cracks in your chat about Brexit, and you're like, oh, I don't know about Brexit. I don't have time to watch the news because I'm streaming all the time, and you know, not going out and not having a life. I don't know how you can be reasonably entertaining. I suppose it doesn't matter if you're a skill streamer, because skill streamers are
Okay, dokie.
because they're all kids anyway.
It's done.
Oh, I'm paralyzed. The most entertaining debuff in the game. Can you pick that lock? Can I tell him to pick that lock? Yeah, pick lock.
Okay, dokie.
Nice. Well, I'm paralyzed. Don't mock my paralysis. Unidentified armor and some stuff. Yeah, well, once we're finished this zone. What is this? Tomb entrance. Oh, there's a tomb here. I might end the video before I go into the tomb. Once I've cleared the Coldwood. Go back and do some shopping off video. Although they might have some quests in the shop. And then come back to the tomb. Oh, why am I not turning undead? Because it did absolutely nothing.
Woohoo!
They should all die shortly.
Here comes Halfling Death!
Hit that and I get a great cleave. There we go. Again, great cleave. Smack it down. Last one. Yeah, once I've cleared the outside area, because I need to sell stuff anyway, and I think there may be a quest. Well, we can go and speak to the shopkeeper during the video, and if he doesn't have any exciting quests, then I'll end the video there. Then I'll do shopping. I'll start a new video back at the entrance to the tomb. Unfortunately, Twitch, you have to watch all the boring bits. Except I'm hilarious all the time, so it's never boring. It's always good. Sometimes it's a little sassy. Particularly when I've drunk a bunch of caffeine. It's funny, there's the diet, the Piopi diet that I'm doing, which, by the way, oh, there's a vampire champion there. Let's save, lay on hands myself, and go get some. What did she do to me? Oh, nothing. I don't mean get some in a sexual sense, obviously. It's vampire. I'm not. I was going to say Anne Frank. Whoa, we've got a real Jewish thing going on recently. Anne Rice. Yeah, I'm not. I was going to say I'm not. Anne. I was thinking of the other, the Twilight woman, but Anne Rice was the first one that came to mind. Oh, hello, ghoul lord. I'm gonna get you right in the ghoulies. Oh, it's a ghast. It's a ghast.
Make this fight count! It will be your last!
I made a bit of a tasteless pun. I was playing my Pathfinder game. Two of my players were gay, and one of them was a cleric. And every now and again he would give people AIDS. he would cast the spell AIDS on people, and I made a pun about stop giving people AIDS, which I would happily make to anybody else. But yeah, might have been. I was thinking, that's a slightly poor taste. Not that AIDS is even majority gay people anymore, but it has in the zeitgeist it is a gay person's affliction,
Okay,
and historically. I mean, it's not like it came out of nowhere. I just want to hang around for a little bit so that he can have a chance to look and see if there's traps.
It's done.
Looks like after this we'll be porting back to town to speak to the trader.
Okay, dokie.
Open sesame.
It's done.
I could have clicked this chest while I was waiting for him to open that chest. And then gone back and smashed that chest, I suppose. It would have been more efficient. I was playing a stupid mobile dragon breeding game that my friend recommended for a few months last year. And he was like, just play it and have fun. And I was like, no, I must find the most efficient path in order to get the dragons leveled at the most optimal way, and have my dragon forces become unstoppable. And I kind of did. It's funny because he's been playing for a couple of years, and I did spend money, and he's never spent money. But I caught up to him almost. I mean, obviously I didn't get everything because there weren't things available, but I was doing an impressive job of catching him up. What we're doing is yeah, let's rest and let Tommy get some weight back, and then we'll go to the traders. And if the trader has no quests, we shall. I've got to give good head to somebody as well, actually. There's 2 orc heads. I think that is. I assume that's in the barracks. So let's go to the barracks and see if we can find who gave us that mission. Also, actually, a text journal. Save the supply lines. Roken of the Mighty Land Supply Master for Beruna's Wall wants me to send a message to the Lord's Alliance that he's offered a substantial bounty. So, looking for Roll Kid of the Mighty Lands. But where is he? That's the difference between classic games and modern games. They made you work out where the quest giver was after you finished a quest. There wasn't a big yellow arrow pointing in the right direction. And that was a bad thing. Ah, here we are.
Greetings.
Welcome back. How's the life of the bounty hunter treating you? You bring any orc heads back for me? Or is there something else I can do for you? I have Guzad's head. So, you brought me a present, did you? And it isn't even my birthday. My soldiers could use a little pick-me-up. I'm gonna mount Guzad's head on a stake right outside the barracks. Here's the posted bounty for this blasted bandit's head. 500 gold pieces. Take it and consider the money well spent. Is there anything else I can do for you? You know, it wasn't easy to track that bandit down. 500 gold seems a little low for all the trouble I went to. You know, I really shouldn't do this. The bounty was clearly posted, but I like you. Here's another 100 gold. Just don't tell anyone. I can't afford to have all my soldiers suddenly demanding pay rises. Is there anything else I can do for you? I have Voth's head. Well, I guess Voth won't be cutting off our supply lines anymore. I think I'm going to mount his head on a stake right outside the barracks. It's good for morale and all. Here's the bounty for that bandit. 500 gold pieces, just like I promised. It's going to be a relief knowing our supply lines are safe with Voth and Guzad out of the way. You seem to have a real knack for hunting down orcs. I've got another job for you that you might be interested in. One that pays pretty good. More than these other bounties, that's sure. I'm always interested in a chance to make more gold. Glad to hear, because we've got a real problem brewing right here. King Obold Many Arrows is probably the most powerful orc chieftain in the entire north. According to a couple of those spies Aaron let me, Obold has arranged to parley with the Luskan commanders. Dealing with the Orcish bandits is one thing, but Obold's tribe is massive, highly efficient army. If he forms an alliance with Luskan, Neverwinter could be a real trouble. So what do you want me to do? I want you to bring me Obold's head on a platter. That should trigger a brutal power struggle as Obold's generals try to take the place of the fallen king. It keeps them orcs busy for a few years and out of our hair. Only problem is, no one knows where or when this meeting is supposed to happen. King Obold must be somewhere in the area, probably hiding out with his honor guard in some stink-ridden cave. Find Obold's lair and kill him. Bring his head, and I'll give you 1,000 gold pieces. Let's see those Luskan dogs try and form an alliance with him then. I'll be going now. Feel free to come back anytime if you ever needed anything in the way of martial supplies. The more well-armed soldiers we get in the field, the better our chances of defeating those Luskan dogs. I thought I already killed the chieftain.
Greetings.
Can I ask you some questions? Truth is, I don't have much time to play information clerk. I'm too busy trying to run a war here. Aaron put me in charge of training and equipping the troops battling Luskan forces. Seems he's too busy searching for those words of power to bother with little things like a war. It was bad enough when those bloody orc bandits cutting off our supply lines, but now they're gone. My job isn't getting any easier. Rumor is the King Obold Many Arrows is forming an alliance with Luskan. If they combine forces, we won't stand a chance, no matter how many soldiers and swords I send to the front lines. Okay, I'll be going now. And dialogue. I don't think... I'm sure I'd killed King Obold Many Arrows. I still have Kurth's head. Hill Giant's head. So many heads, don't know what to do with them. Okay. Right, we're heading to El Vendorio. Trading post. I don't know why I'm saving to go and talk to people. But I'm saving anyway. Okay, Husher Clay, Baron Silverblade, and that's it. Let's speak to them, and then I'll end the YouTube video. And I'll... what else will I do? I'll end the YouTube video and clear out my inventory. And then get back to the tomb in the Coldwood before the next one starts. Greetings, friend. Husher Clay at your service. Care to check out the wares here at this, the newest branch of my adventuring gear shops? What do you mean the newest branch? Well, I used to run a little place way down south. Business was good, but big money is in franchising, so I left my son in charge of my store and headed to north to expand my merchant empire. When I came across all these rich adventurers gathered here at Bear Runa's Wall, I figured this was the perfect place to set up my new shop. At least until I get a license to sell in Neverwinter. I'm searching for the words of power. I'm afraid that's something I don't actually have in stock. Haha. But seriously, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. You might want to speak with Lillian Cambridge, that archaeological expert Aaron again brought in. She spends most of her time at the tavern, from what I've gathered. Maybe you'll find her more helpful than I did. What do you mean by that? When I heard there was an archaeologist nearby, I went to speak with her about a certain item I've been trying to track down. But she wasn't really interested. She said she only wanted items of historical significance, that she didn't have time to chase after trinkets. I even offered her a generous reward, but she seemed more interested in the wine bottle on the table than my story. Maybe I could help you. Maybe you could at that. You seem like a capable man. Tell you what, you help me out and I'll give you payment. I was offering to Lillian. What's the job? In addition to my retail business, I'm also a collector of rare gems. Right now I'm interested in one particular gem. I'm interested in the Star Sapphire. Isn't that a DC character? The Star Sapphire is valuable. That I'll warrant you. But you'll never get more than 1,000 gold from any other dealer. But it's interested to me as a collector, so I'm offering more. I'll give you 3,000 gold if you bring it back to me. Why do you want it? The Star Sapphire was part of a dowry given to Leanne Charu, the youngest daughter of a powerful merchant family that flourished in Waterdeep nearly 2 centuries ago. But Leanne wasn't ready to resign herself to a life of wedlock. She was an aspiring mage. On the morning of her wedding, she fled to the north to seek her fame and fortune. According to the reports, Leanne became quite an accomplished wizard. She was powerful enough to foresee her own death and construct an elaborate trap-filled tomb to inter her remains. And you think the Star Sapphire is still in her tomb? By all accounts, the Star Sapphire was one of her most treasured possessions. It reminded her of the life she had left behind in Waterdeep. I think this is the quest for the area that we were heading for in the next video. Although probably in the next video, I'm going to speak to the companions and have a story time, and then I'll go to the tomb. Depending on whether Tommy's actually given the goods yet. The Star Sapphire would make a nice addition to my collection. Bring it to me and I'll give you 3,000 gold pieces, the same price I offered Lillian. It's far more than the Sapphire is worth to a more typical buyer. I'll need some money up front for this job. Expenses, you know. Expenses, eh? Well, I guess a small advance wouldn't be out of place. Tell you what, I'll give you another 100 gold if you agree to undertake this mission. Okay. Excellent. Nobody knows for certain where Leanne is buried, but it's rumored to be somewhere in the Charwood. If anyone's ever found the exact location of her tomb, they never came back alive to report it. But don't let that scare you off. I'm sure it's nothing you can't handle. Just bring me the Star Sapphire once. You'll find it, and I'll give you the reward. Now, is there anything else? I'll be going now. Good day to you, then. Come back any time, as this little shop is open night and day. And don't forget about my dwarven friend there in the corner. He's quite an accomplished smith when it comes to arms and armor. If you don't stock it, if I don't stock it, he could probably build it.
Hey, what?
Welcome, noble sir, to Baron Smithy. I, of course, am Baron, master dwarven smith, and creator of fine magical items. How may I be of service to you today? What exactly is it you do here? I'm a weapon and armor smith of sorts. I take components of items and combine them with magic items to make objects of even greater majesty and power. Not a bad little gig if you can get it. If you want, I can look through your inventory and backpack and see if you have anything to combine into a powerful weapon or suit of armor. Is there anything in particular you want me to look at? I'm interested in axes and armor. So axes and armor is it? Let me just take a look at what you've got in that pack of yours, and I'll give you a list of what I can make from your inventory. If an item isn't on the list, you don't have the stuff I need to make it. Just pick something you're interested in and have me make. Chromatic breastplate requires a diamond and suit of magical armor. Oh, that's the same stuff from Act 1. I'm interested in magical swords. Nothing beats a good old sword, does it? Tried and true. Okay, let me peek inside your backpack and I'll give you a list of wondrous blades I can make with the stuff in your inventory. You don't seem to have any items to make a special sword of any type. Is there anything else I can do for you? Can I ask you some questions? I'm afraid there isn't much I could tell you. I just recently arrived here from the south and the Lord's Alliance soldiers have kept me so busy making them weapons and armor I haven't even unpacked. Why did you leave your home in the south? I heard Husher was opening up a shop here. In the war against Luskan, I figured there would be plenty of business for a guy like me, so I came up with him. Can you tell me anything about Husher? If you're curious about Husher Clay, go ask him yourself. He's right over there on the other side of the room. Anything else? I'll be going now. Good day to you then, sir. Okay. I'm gonna end the YouTube video there, and I'll do some venturing, and I'll be back with companion stories.